Well, they thought they'd done everything right. They thought they'd set themselves up for the rest of their lives. Now a desperate group of pensioners has less than a week to leave their homes. Their retirement in ruins, their futures uncertain.
You can't go back. Don't make mistakes, because God, you'll pay for them. You'll pay for them.
It's very, very confronting.
We've done everything right, and yet we're the fall guys.
It's very frustrating and very annoying and very disappointing. Where do I go?
What's happening to Australia?
It's a reasonable question. In the land of the fair go, how can it be that pensioners who've paid for their property can be told to pack up and get out?
I don't know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go or how I'm going to go there.
In 2017, Victorian grandmother Barbara McLaughlin thought she was signing off on her dream, buying into the Peninsula Eco project by developer Spiros Kalatios.
Such a great talker. Such a great talker. You know, you could build a rooftop garden, anything. He was just the yes man to make you feel happier.
Spiros's Peninsula Eco offered modest 1 or 2 story villas off the plan in a gated community within sight of the sea on Victoria's Mornington Peninsula. Barb plunged her life savings into what she was told was a 99-year lease on the land, never expecting that just 5 years in, she'd be kicked out.
It's too hard. I've had lung cancer. I've had 2 broken marriages. I've lost 2 other homes. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard.
A few doors over, great-grandmother Linda Marsh is reluctantly putting her life into boxes.
I had fully paid for this and I had receipts for this and I'd signed a 99-year lease on the ground. None of that seemed to matter.
Linda, Barb and others paid Spiros's company RC1 around $200,000 for the leases and then spent between $200,000 and $400,000 constructing their villas. In November 2022, RC1 defaulted on its loans, appointing Pitcher Partners as receivers, residents getting a letter stating they intended to terminate all leases. What does it feel like to hear that the 99-year lease that you signed and paid for is just gone?
The bottom falling out of your world? That's probably about it.
That has to be a worrying time.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I slept through the night. But obviously they can just say, the lease is worth nothing, disclaim it, 14 days, thank you very much, off you go.
Lease scandal aside, residents say that the story of the villas has been one of broken promises. They say the developer promised an adventure playground here, a barbecue space in this area, and apparently the developer even said hot springs running under the property would one day be turned into a spa. None of this was delivered on. Nor was basic maintenance carried out, like cutting the grass, paving the potholes and fixing some of the obvious issues with unsold villas.
I don't know, Seb. We're just at wit's end.
Retired engineer Russell Flack bought his villa to see out his days with his best mate Ro, the pair living a quiet life before the villas went to the dogs.
We thought we were doing the right thing.
You worked hard, paid your tax.
Absolutely.
Come up with a plan for retirement.
Yep.
Somebody's taken the rug from out under your feet.
Absolutely.
Residents have been told money spent on the lease is just gone. Pitcher Partners didn't cause the situation, but they're now in charge of any compensation for money spent on the buildings. Those with a 1-story villa are being offered $90,000 and those with a 2-story villa, like Barb, Linda and Russell, are being offered $140,000.
There is a figure that's been quoted. Is that fair compensation for your place here?
No, it's not, and for a number of reasons it's not. It's only probably 30% of what I put in.
30%?
Yes.
No, that's not real life. And okay, so if they intend to give me 140, what am I going to do with that?
Residents have been told they need to be out by Friday.
Hiya Spiros, Seb Costello here from A Current Affair.
We tried to reach Spiros Kalatios by phone and text with no response before visiting the listed office of RC1
Hello.
and various addresses recorded for the company by ASIC before we stumbled across a YouTube video of Spiros recorded last year.
If you want to cripple a community, you take away their money and you take away their proof that they own their land.
Is that right, Spiros? The developer spruiking himself online as an attorney, offering advice about what people should do when they feel wronged.
You need to charge people when they do the wrong thing.
No arguments here.
No, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Back at the villas, residents have enlisted local MP, former tennis pro Sam Groff.
I encourage the Housing Minister to work with the residents here, work with these locals to actually find an outcome.
And with eviction looming, it's an outcome that Barb and others desperately need.
Nice kick in the teeth for trusting someone, isn't it? But I might be knocking on their door looking for a bed.
Well, Pitcher Partners has told us it's under no obligation to offer compensation, that an independent valuer came up with the figures offered to those residents. But it seems so unfair that good people get shafted like this. It's always the innocent ones who can least afford it who end up paying the biggest price.